So the first question that I have for you is this. Why do you think young people pick up guns? Yes, New Yorkers Against Gun Violence is a nonprofit organization that works to reduce gun violence. Gun violence is the end result of what happens when the root causes aren't addressed. We have an amazing team, and Frank is one of the dynamic people that I work with. I've learned so much from him. He is a numbers guru.
I think about numbers the entire day and think about how things correlate. America has about 330 million people, but they have almost 400 million guns. So there's just a lot out there, right?
We have the most gun violence in the world. Gun violence is the second leading cause of death for American children. You know, we need to do more. What do you think we need in your community to reduce gun violence? We've created a curriculum that looks at gun violence in 4 different ways: personal development, group development, education, and advocacy. Personal development, in my opinion, is the most important part because a lot of the young people that we work with feel very powerless. Do you guys believe that guns give you power? Raise your hand if you say yes, guns give you power. I started working here when I was only 19. A lot of the stuff that I talk to young people about really comes from inside. I lived in a community where my friends were being shot. I was losing people to gun violence every day. I saw in other communities where, time stopped when people died, and in my community that didn't happen. They have to go to school the next day. There's no grieving counselors. When you're constantly losing people, how do you function?
Like, that's really messed up, the way that we talk about our own community and the way that we talk about this affluent one.
The way that you heal marginalized people is actually seeing them.
Having that feeling that there are people listening to you and at the same time not judging you, it's a really good feeling.
You're able to speak without feeling like you're wrong or judged.
It's a really comfortable place to just express my feelings.
We didn't name the ReACTION program ReACTION, young people did. And it's them reacting to the gun violence that's happening in their community. We should be talking about gun violence as a public health issue. If you go into these classes and you ask young people, have you ever experienced gun violence, raise their hand. Every single person will raise their hand, and that's not a cool thing. They know how to get a gun faster than they know how to get a library card. We are allowing them to change the narrative of what gun violence looks like, and we can't do that. I want us to talk about solutions. The ReACTION program does teach them how to advocate for themselves.
We're going to Albany because civic engagement is important, especially for our students.
A lot of people don't have a voice to speak up for them, and I wanted to be that voice. To me, as a 9-year-old, I shouldn't have seen a person get shot in front of me while trying to go to the park, and that's something that I wouldn't want another person to experience.
It's a really powerful thing to watch young people understand the process of advocacy. That opportunity to go to Albany really allows them to sit down with lawmakers and say, hey, this bill could have saved this person's life.
Come on in, how you doing? Hello.
I can talk about gun violence and the impact it has had on us. We're putting them in a room with someone who can make the decisions for their community.
It didn't get the full funding that it deserves and needs.
For sure.
They are actually putting their elected officials in the hot seat.
Thank you, New Yorkers Against Gun Violence. You are the gold standard.
We're going to get it because of people like you that push legislators like us to do the right thing.
We're here with our students from our ReACTION Gun Violence Prevention Education Program.
These young people are saying, look, we need change. And if adults in our community aren't doing it, we're going to figure it out.
We're the ones experiencing all this trauma, so why shouldn't we be able to speak about it from our perspective?
Young people in New York are leaders, and they're thinking about new ways to reduce gun violence, ways that we haven't thought about before. I am so proud of you guys. I think we should go to Washington, D.C. If you're not being a part of the solution, you're definitely a part of the problem. You just are. I want for us to really invest in young people's futures in a way that allows them to have these real conversations and to do this real work.